trying to set up a structure, kind of like a little building over here. So I just got it all cleared out, moved all the stuff that was here. Got this frame in place. It's 11 feet tall, 11 feet wide, so it's like 11-foot square. It's supposed to stand up vertically, so it's these posts are 17 feet long, so it's supposed to stand up vertically. It's essentially one of those things, that white thing right there. It's essentially one of those, but a lot bigger and more heavy duty, and it's like a modular type of setup, so it just slides into each other. These pieces just slide right in, and it's supposed to hold it in place. So I thought I had to keep it vertical, so those things would sit in there, like gravity would keep them in place. But then I thought about putting it sideways, laying on its side, and it's going to be a bit bigger of a footprint. Plus I don't need it to be so tall. It actually has some triangle pieces that go like this to make like a point, kind of like a pyramid on the top. But I don't need those pieces, and with those pieces it's like 20 feet tall, or somewhere around 20 feet tall, so it'd be sticking way up past these trees. So the 11 feet tall is perfect. So I set everything up in here, kind of drag these pieces over by hand. Super heavy, doesn't look like it's that heavy, but drag these pieces over, got it set up in a square frame, pretty much in the spot where I would want it. And then I'm gonna move this van, put a second one beside it right here, and have them sitting right up side by side. Maybe put some walls on it with some corrugated sheet, put a roof on it, that way I can use the forklift and use the second layer for storage, put stuff up on top, and I'll still be able to park stuff here in front of it. So this piece here I just put in place to try to hold it square as I build the rest of it. But now I'm running into the issue of how to get the other beam. There's another one of these. So I got 8 of these beams in total, the upright beams. So I got to get the other one up on the top here, somehow coming out this way, and then slide the vertical post into itself like this. That piece is just slid in there. So trying to figure out how to get it lifted up into place. A couple different options I've been thinking of. One, just using the forklift from an end here, maybe strap this, like the other beam, strap it right to the fork, lift it up and kind of slide it into position. And then I'll have to slide another vertical beam into this side and into the top. Either that, or I also thought about just dragging this whole thing out here. I could use the forklift to build it, kind of flip it as I build it. Maybe put this side on and then flip it and then build it, keep rotating it until I get the full square. But for now I'm going to keep it in this spot right here, see if I can't get those pieces up where it is. It's a little bit hard when the ground's not perfectly even. When these things aren't perfectly even, it twists a little bit. It makes it hard for these posts to slide right into place. I'm gonna go ahead and keep trying this way, see if I can get it set up. If I can get this first one set up, then I'll have to go ahead and move this van, start getting the second one built as well. I think I'm going to try to forklift from the end here. So I'll keep you guys updated as I make some progress on building this and see if I can get it set up. Okay, I'm trying to use the forklift. It's a little bit sketchy for sure. There's no brakes on the forklift, so it's really hard to line it up perfectly. Sledgehammer in the way. So I got it on there. sitting on there. Got 2 straps holding that on. It's lined up pretty good. So I think if I drive forward just a tiny bit, and then I'm gonna have to get a ladder or something and get up there, try to slide that in. I don't think I'm gonna be able to slide it in just with the forklift like this. And my plan is to put another vertical beam here to kind of hold it in place, and then I could undo those straps, take the forklift out, and then get the other beam in here to hold it up on this side. So I'll go ahead and give that a shot, try to go in forward. Really not easy. Try to get this done. Okay, I got that piece in over there. Now I'm up here on top of a ladder. Got to come down just that tiny little bit. Try to get this to squeeze into there. Slow progress doing it by myself. Just have to keep going back and forth, be patient, take my time. Close that gap. Now I just have to try to pry this in. Okay, I just got that in and it just started pouring rain. So I'm gonna have to, this will have to be good enough for now. Come back and finish this up when it stopped raining. Okay, finally got some nice weather again. Kept raining the whole day, so I had to wait it out. It's a couple days later. I put up a couple more pieces on here. Obviously there's bushes in the way as well, so I got to get the hedge trimmer. I got to run an extension cord because I don't got a battery operated one. Hedge trim all this, and there's a couple of thicker branches in there that are going to have to be cut as well. So I'll stand up these 2 corner pieces and get the hedge trimmer, start cutting some of that. Just pulling this piece out of here. There's so many earwigs. Most of them already dissipated, but this thing was completely full. All over the place. Got that last piece for that side standing up in place. Started trimming some of these trees. Trying to keep it aligned with this, so got everything I could reach. A little bit more at the top there, but I'm gonna have to pull the ladder over here. Trim a little bit more. Even those don't really have to move. I'll probably trim them still just so it's a little bit neater looking. Now I got this big pile of brush here. Gonna have to drag across here. Bring it over there to the fire pit. I'll get this stuff cleaned up, drag the ladder over here, finish cutting that so it's nice and clean cut over here, and then I'll start with putting this piece over here. Cleaned everything up, put this one pole up, got it into place, but then realized that I'm gonna have to get that top vertical piece in place over here first, just because of the way it goes in. So I can stick on this side. What I did is I put the pole in first and then move that thing into place, the vertical one into place. So I'm gonna have to do the same thing on that side. We'll put that vertical up, get the straps and strap another one of these long beams to the fork, lift it up into place, try to slide it into the back corner piece, and that should keep it kind of held in place. And then I could put the other posts along this way again, get this full wall completed, and then I'll remove this and try to bring the forklift in here to lift the cross members into place. But this scissor lift is in the way. Unfortunately, I don't even know if this thing works. I was told it works, but it doesn't have any batteries in it, so I have it set aside. I'm gonna try it out, get 3 12-volt batteries to put in there, test it out, see if it works. But for right now, it's in the way, so I'm gonna have to use the forklift. They have pockets here for the forks to go in. I lifted it up before with the forklift and it lifted it. The problem I had was getting the forks back out, because it has to be perfectly level. If it's tilted up or down at all, or if the ground is uneven, then the forks don't want to slide out, and it was getting stuck on there. So I'm gonna have to move it out of the way, so I don't really have much choice. I don't want to lift it from the side because I don't want to crush any of these boxes on the bottom of it. So go ahead, get that pole taken down, put one in at the back, get the forklift over here and try to get this thing moved. Got it on there, strapped on there. Have to have it in this position because it's the right position for when it's up there. So we'll go ahead, try to get it lined up over there, and then I'll update you once I get it lined up. It's not the easiest thing to get it lined up, especially when this ground isn't perfectly flat. I don't have brakes on the forklift, so it's really hard to go nice and slow when the ground's uneven. Try to get lined up there. If I bump into that pole, it will fall right out, so gotta be real careful. Go nice and slow, try to get it lined up as close as possible, and then I climb up there and kind of push it together by hand. Okay, so that's the second one in. Now all I gotta do is bring the ladder over to this side, undo those two straps, and then lower the forklift out of the way, back it up out of the way, put the next two poles in up here. Okay, so I got all of the vertical supports up on the left side here. So now got another beam ready. I'm gonna try to lift it up on the forklift and slide it in that way. So just like this. Thinking about picking it up with the forklift and then kind of come to this side a little bit, go up, and then I'll have to climb up the ladder and kind of just pull it into position. Should slide into right there in that one and right there. So shouldn't be too hard to get these two pieces in. Bug just tried to fly in my mouth. Once I get this bar on the outside here, then I can remove this bottom one here, and I should keep it square by the top one holding it in place. Once I get the top one in, I'll remove this one. I could drive in a bit further with the forklift and I'll get the rest of the beams across. Close to lined up, I gotta come up a couple inches. So I'll climb back down, come back up a few inches, and then climb back up. So close to going in. Probably just tap it with a sledgehammer. Should give it enough force to push it in. That side needs to go in a tiny bit so it's not perfectly lined up. Right. Adjust that a little bit and then just slide it in. Move on to the next one. Making some progress on the last one at the back here. It's been pretty hard to get them in. It's really tight fit, so the last one might be even harder. We'll see. So I got the forks past this thing. This is lined up properly. So now all I gotta do is lift it up and then slide it backwards into the slots. Should be easy in theory, but hasn't been working that easy. So we'll see how it goes. This thing starts lifting up, so I have to make sure it doesn't hit right here. side shift is already all the way to the side, so I'm gonna have to go up there and shift it to the side a tiny bit. I might have done it actually. Okay, we'll see how that lines up. Looks pretty close. That side's down a little bit because the forklift is sitting on uneven ground. Might be able to slide that one in and grab the ladder, pull it over here and see if I can get it to fit in there. Okay, there we go. Got that last piece in there. The last one was super tight. Hard to get in there. Trying to stand at the top of this ladder. Put the bar on my shoulder so I could pull it up a little bit. See how it's not sitting on the forks. Had to try to stand on top here, use my shoulder and push this up a little bit, and then use the hammer at the same time, the sledgehammer, and tap it to the side to get it in, because it just was a little bit crooked, didn't want to go in. I was doing that on both sides, so it was a pain in the ass. I used the crowbar and the sledgehammer, as well as just physical force, just pushing up on that thing. Pain in the ass, but finally got it done. Got that on there. Now that is just one of them. So I got a whole second frame like this. This is the exact same frame. I'm thinking about putting up beside it as well, having it over here. But if I do decide to do that, I have to move this van first. I was thinking about moving the van up there beside that white truck I got sitting up there, so I could use it for storage, store stuff inside it, put the other frame up right here, and then put a roof on the things. So that was a lot of work to get the one up. Maybe I'll try to get somebody to come help me to put the second one up, because that was a lot of work by myself. Going up and down the ladder 1,000 times, back onto the forklift, back up and down. Pain in the ass, but got this part done. I want to put a roof on it. I got some heavy duty steel decking. It's like the Q decking. So it's meant for decking, not for roofing. So I was thinking about putting that up there. Hopefully it's strong enough that I could put some skids of material up on top of this. I was thinking if it's not strong enough, I could put 2 layers of the Q decking. But if I run the decking across this way, it has support every couple feet. So if I just screw it in there, I think it will be okay. Not sure exactly how I'm going to approach that yet. Get the frame up, get the second frame up probably before I even try to put the roof on. I was thinking about making it on a little bit of an angle, just so water and snow will like slowly drip off it to the back. Well, that's good for now. Need to go get a drink. I'll go take a break, figure out what I'm going to do next.